In the Kingdom of Eswatini, Trans World Radio has witnessed God's faithfulness over 50 years. A testament to this faithfulness in this small country is found in an expansive field adorned with radio towers pointing towards the sky. This is TWR's Eswatini transmitter station, which serves as a powerful tool for spreading God's kingdom. In 1973, TWR acquired the Mbangela Ranch, and once granted a shortwave license, they wasted no time in clearing the land and building a road to the site. United in faith, the TWR team experienced remarkable success attributed to God's provision. And one particular event stands out from the others.
It was too marvelous. To see the Lord's hand at work in so many ways. You never knew what he was going to do next, but the way he answered prayers in that building, I'm speaking of the building of it, let alone all the other things, because it was too wonderful to see how the Lord provided. Sometimes it was people needed, sometimes it was supplies needed, like sand.
Building sand was nowhere to be found, and it would have to be transported from about 10, 15 miles away. And they prayed about this problem, and lo and behold, the Lord answered in a very unusual way. One night there was a big rainstorm, and this little river, which was insignificant, they thought at the time, came down in flood. And once the waters had subsided, lo and behold, they found that their sand had been delivered right to the building site here at the transmitter station.
I think it may have coincided with one of the cyclones going up the Mozambique Channel. Brought a lot of rain, made the rivers run.
And so that was an amazing answer to prayer in the very early days of the transmitter station.
It was an absolute miracle.
Engineers determined that the sand was ideal for concrete production. The construction swiftly progressed, foundations were poured, bricks laid, and antenna towers erected. And within a year, the station was completed and ready for broadcasting. Through a generous donation, 4 25-kilowatt shortwave transmitters, originally used in World War II and acquired by a New York businessman, were entrusted to TWR. Despite uncertainties about their functionality after years in storage, the transmitters were safely transported to the site by sea and land. And by the end of 1974, the first 2 transmitters were successfully refurbished and put into operation. Surprisingly, the remaining 2 transmitters, initially considered spare parts, were also restored and utilized the following year. This remarkable progress allowed TWR to double its broadcast schedule by 1975, reaching the hearts of people in Southern Africa with the life-changing message of the gospel. In the 70s, TWR bought a 50-kilowatt medium-wave transmitter with an interesting history. Originally from a pirate radio ship off the coast of England in the 1960s, it was later purchased by TWR at a low cost. In 1979, a more powerful 100-kilowatt shortwave transmitter and curtain antenna were installed, allowing the signal to reach East and Central Africa and even as far as Pakistan. The curtain antenna has become popular among visitors who climb the 290-foot towers to perhaps get a small taste of the impressive reach of TWR short and medium wave signals.
Sweetie, the life insurance policy is in the top drawer of the file cabinet in our bedroom. It's about the 5th folder back. It's the one that has the insurance policies all there ready for you. Okay, baby? Love you.
In 1981, after being granted a medium-wave license, the transmitter began broadcasting God's Word on AM radio in Southern Africa. By God's provision, TWR expanded its reach from Eswatini through equipment upgrades and replacements. TWR aimed to expand its ministry in Africa as the 20th century drew to a close, and they sought a way to reach more countries and increase the broadcasting of biblical teaching. Their solution was the HC100 transmitter, a 100 kilowatt device designed and built by their ministry partner HCJB, now known as Sunset Solutions. This modern transmitter not only allowed TWR to reach more listeners, but also resulted in significant savings on electricity and maintenance costs. The first HC100 transmitter was installed in 1992, and TWR now operates 3 of them, with their flashing meters a prominent feature on the main floor of the transmitter building. In 2018, TWR was broadcasting the Urdu broadcast to Pakistan on antenna 10, which had a slew of 30 degrees. An opportunity of covering that area from another station became available. At the time, Mike Lambert, who was chief engineer, recalculated some of the antenna design and came up with a solution by which TWR could bring the left slew into 15 degrees, which enabled more broadcasting into the Horn of Africa with a stronger signal. In May 2024, the office portion of the Singing Pines office solar project was completed, and for the past months, we've successfully been running the entire office and housing compound solely on solar power. We're incredibly grateful to the generous donors from our staff and families at the office and housing compound, and for the tremendous benefits we're experiencing. TWR's work requires innovation, consistency, and perseverance. And despite the challenges of maintaining radio broadcasts day after day, year after year, the rewards are immense. Countless people across the continent benefit from hearing the life-giving words of truth from the Bible. Today, we broadcast in more than 75 languages to Africa in partnership with national partners in 9 countries that faithfully produce content in the heart languages of their own and neighboring countries. We also have a dedicated 24-hour English satellite radio channel and internet streaming. We look forward to what God has in store for the digital era over the next 50 years.